If you want to make a really niche, close, tight following using these Twitter marketing strategies, all you have to do is be very particular about which users you copy. So you want to pick a user. For example, maybe if I wanted to do this, I would just pick Udemy to make a very close niche following, and then be very picky about who you actually click follow on. So you might want to go down and actually open up every one of these profiles. You can click open up in Twitter, and then you can be very particular about who you actually copy and try and follow. So if you want to put more time and effort into this strategy to really make it a good one, that's how you do it. You first pick a very carefully chosen username to follow, or you can also pick a very carefully chosen hashtag to follow. Something, I love dogs. You could pick a very narrow niche community thing like that, and then take the time to go through and look at every single one of their Twitter profiles to see, okay, exactly who am I following, what kind of content do they put out, and is this the kind of person I want to follow? In the part of that would be how many they're following. If they have a similar number of followers there and following, then you can be sure they'll probably follow you back. Or if they have more following, then that might be an ideal format. But if you pick people like that first one I showed, she's only following 236 people back. Probably not a good one to follow. So all you have to do to really increase the effectiveness of this strategy is be very picky about who you follow. This will be most helpful when you're just getting started. What I do is I just try and pick up the most followers possible in terms of conversion rate. I want to get the least amount of time put into this strategy and get the most amount of useful followers. So what I try and do is very carefully pick keywords and accounts to copy, and then I don't audit the people very well who I'm following. But if you want to make a niche following, you want to go through and very carefully audit, click on profiles, look through at who you're following, and try and do your best to predict who exactly will make the ideal follower for you. That's not how I do it because that takes a lot of time, but I've got a few questions people have asked of saying, how can I make this strategy more focused? How can I build a very small niche following? How can I just pick up a few people following me and not look like I'm trying to have a gigantic number of people following me, but to build a very small niche community? This is exactly how you do it. Pick the exact right keywords, or pick the exact right user to copy, and then be very particular about who you actually follow. This will absolutely take more time, absolutely take more energy. However, if you've done very well with it, you might get a higher return out of the investment doing it this way. So I appreciate these questions you've asked in the course, and I hope it's helpful in my response on how to make a very small niche following using this strategy.